Morning, everyone. Here we are, Sunday, July 3rd, day before Independence Day. It's good to be independent. And today I've just come up from grabbing a nice zucchini, probably 12, 14 inches long. And I was going to just make zucchini boats, kind of lasagna style, but I decided I was going to make a lasagna instead. And so what I've done is I've already pre-cooked my ground meat, drained off all the grease, never put drained grease down the sink. It'll just clog it up. It makes a great bird suet cake if you mix it with some sunflower seeds or bird feed to hang them out. Put them in wax paper, let it cool down, form, and just hang it up. Birds will love you for it. So today what we're going to do, since I didn't have my normal garden in a jar box sauce, what I use is my go-to standby all the time, which is Hunt's. And the one that I use most often is the garlic and herb. And it's lower sugar than almost any other sauce that's out there. It's very flavorful. I recommend it highly. And what I've done is I've mixed a small can of the Hunt's tomato paste to thicken up the sauce because I want it thick when I make the lasagna here. So here we go. I've taken an aluminum foil pan. I've put some nice olive oil in there. I've taken my zucchini, which I just freshly sliced. I'm going to stick him there. I hope you can see him. And I've taken an entire container of cottage cheese, and to that I've added 2 heaping tablespoons of garlic, probably a whole teaspoon of basil, a whole tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some Italian cheese, six blend cheese in with this, and we're going to use that as our filling after we combine the meat and some sauce. So I'm going to add some, maybe, that's probably half a cup, and we're just going to mix that up. And with the cottage cheese, we're lowering the carb content here, but we're not minimizing any of the flavor. So we're going to mix him up. We're going to add 2 cracked eggs. These are fresh chicken eggs. One of the benefits of having the girls, 2 nice large eggs. And we're going to beat them in there. I've added a little bit of olive oil in there. I like that olive oil flavor. And I've added about a half a cup of grated Parmesan Romano. And it's still going to be nice and thick, but it's going to be creamy. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sauce into that. Actually, I'm going to do 3. And since I added tomato paste, I also threw 2 stevias in there. Kind of take the bite and the bitterness out of there. Let me move my eggs and slide my spices over. And I'm going to take my zucchini on my cutting board and my mixture and see if I can't get them to stay right there. Yeah, there we go. That looks relatively safe. So we're going to take the smaller end of the zucchini and we're going to lay that right up on the edges of my zucchini pan. You want to go around the edge, stand them straight up and down. These are sliced not quite a quarter, of an inch, but they are a little bit more than an eighth. And I want to stand them up, so I'm just placing them in place now, and as I fill the bottom, that'll hold these up in place. I'm hoping you can see the pan here. It's okay if they overlap, just so they stand up along the edge. Yeah, there we go. Looks great. And the bigger ones we'll use to layer on the bottom. And I'll start that one over there, lay it flat. They may not want to stand up until you put the bottoms on them, but I like to have them stand up. Gives me a border. There we go, 3 across there. And then we'll start to just line up the bottom layer. And this zucchini, I was amazed at how he was hiding. So he got bigger than what I would normally let them get to. But actually he has very, very few seeds in him. Even in the middle of the core, you can see that there's not many seeds at all. Alright, so we're all the way around the edge. I like a meat lasagna. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my grated Parmesan and Romano. We're just going to do a little fast sprinkle on the zucchinis here. I was going to shake them up in a bag, but then they're too difficult to work with. I'm going to take half my mixture, which is now a little bit on the pink side. I'm going to spread him out as my first layer. Kind of pushing the zucchinis back upright. Excellent. I'm going to take some of my drained ground meat, and we're just going to sprinkle about half of that mixture. This is a nice hearty dish. Definite way to stretch out the food budget dollar and still eat good. Now we're going to take some of our sauce. And we're going to just take that and spread that over top of that. Again, notice the nice thick consistency of the sauce. As I said, Hunt's is my go-to all the time, and I use the garlic herb. It's very flavorful and works well for me. Alright, now we're going to start layering again here with the zucchinis. And it'll take about 3 of those overlapping. This is to replace the lasagna noodles, with even if they're gluten-free, they're pretty high in the carb count, and I want to keep the carb count down. I love eating Italian. Being diabetic and celiac has been a real relearning experience for everything that I do. Alright, again we're going to add some shaker of the grated Romano and the Parmesan. going to add the rest of our filling on top of the zucchini, or on top of the zucchini slices. And we're going to spread that out evenly. And we're going to take some of our Italian cheese 6 blend, and we're going to add that on the top there. And we're going to add another shaker of the Romano Parmesan blend. And then we are going to take our sauce and we're going to go a nice thick layer of the sauce. In fact, we're going to use the rest of it right there on that top layer. So it comes all the way up to the edge, almost. We're going to add a little bit more of the Parmesan Romano, and we're going to add a couple shakers here of the Italian seasoning. And then we're going to finish this off with a generous coating of the 6 cheese blend. As you can see right there. I'm going to take the rest of that ground meat that's all well drained, and I'm just going to pop that right on the top, marry in those flavors, layer in the flavor in, have that melt right into there. Beautiful looking. And there you have it. I'm going to come over here and let you get a nice picture of just how that is. I'll lower this down. I want to lean it in. And there's what we look like. Hearty, diabetic friendly, celiac friendly, nice hearty meal. Definitely will serve 6 people with a very healthy portion, 8 with a decent portion in a regular lasagna pan. And there you go. We're going to pop him in the oven, 350 We're going to bake him for an hour, turn the oven off, let him finish baking in there. I'm going to put him on a tray in case there's any boil over spillage. I hate a dirty oven. And there we go. There's another original recipe in Vincenzo's kitchen. Remember to be kind to one another. Help your neighbor if you can. All right, we'll see you.